So Helena, the question to you is, information is abundant out there. So like walk us through like how did you find the right information? Like because parents are probably just Googling things, right? They're asking people that might be giving them misinformation. And this is a conversation Dr. Kaplan and I always have is like it's hard to find the right information. So like walk us through in the beginning what it was like and to what it is now, and then what advice would you give someone who's looking to research?
So in the beginning, it definitely was challenging because there wasn't much out there for pediatric cannabis, especially here in Massachusetts. And with Massachusetts regulations, you have to have a registered pediatrician to sign off on the certification along with another registered physician. So just trying to find that pediatrician was challenging. And, I was fortunate enough I reached out to a doctor out in Boston who did like natural medicine and stuff like that. And she was kind enough to kind of direct me to the city where this pediatrician lived or worked, I should say. And that's how I was able to locate that pediatrician based on that. But it was challenging because the cost, the process of submitting that application, everything had to be done on paper. And then trying to find, a place where I could purchase the cannabis at that point in time. That was also challenging. So for a while, we were kind of like in the black market until our local dispensary opened up. And it's been a great sense, just knowing that I can walk into a facility and purchase his medicine and not be judged, not be questioned, anything like that. You can't beat that at all.
So Dr. Kaplan, what would a parent do today? So I think there's evolution, right, that's happened since Helena has been going through this process. So what would that look like for a parent today?
Yeah, so thankfully that experience has moved forward, but unfortunately it hasn't moved forward as far as we all would want. I mean, today in Massachusetts, there are very few pediatricians who do pediatric cannabis. And that's certainly true elsewhere in the country. It's very difficult for moms across the country who want to explore this, who want to learn about it. Even as basic as just learning from a doctor about it, that's a challenge. So that has slowly improved. There still aren't enough clinicians out there. The numbers of dispensaries has skyrocketed. When Helena first started, there were barely a handful. Now there are over 200 dispensaries in Massachusetts. The products are also still very much at their infancy. The industry right now is dominated with very specific THC and CBD products that are aimed to make these dispensaries money. They're not so much focused on, for example, young children who might want small doses or might want different varieties of ingredients which are more suitable for children. So the industry has a long way to go. But the paper process that Helena went through used to be agonizing. And now Massachusetts has done a spectacular job. The whole thing can be done almost overnight. I had one patient, it took almost 6 months to get through. And to the state's credit, Massachusetts is an incredibly efficient system, but it takes time and patience. It's a process we're all going through as a culture, and I think thankfully going in the right direction.